And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are hopping right into the game. The knife round already live. My name is Dabu. You can see my Twitter handle underneath the logo. But let's focus on the team. So now it's Titan against NiP for the last spot that's up for grabs in the Gameshow Global eSports Cup that will have its finals in Vilnius in Lithuania at the 4th of February for $200,000. So that should give you a rough idea on how important this game is. But for those, well, almost 9 out of 10 people, it's gonna be really important. And then there's this special other guy in the lineup of NiP or NiP. His name is Pyth. You know him. He's played his first match with NiP in the Gameshow Global eSports Cup as well. They ended up being superior to eFrag, but eFrag took away a map from them. And that's something that is maybe a little bit scary for NiP. It wasn't Pyth's fault at all. I mean, it wasn't nobody's fault. Everyone pulled his own weight. It was just eFrag being a little tiny bit better on the second map. Now, NiP will start on Titan's map pick. It's Inferno, and it's been a while since we have seen those two teams, and we already see the first frag there. Pyth and RPK trading blows, and another one for Scream. So Titan in the lead for now. Now 3v3, as I spoke a little bit too soon, but RPK is still on the tree. And he turns it back into the favor of the Frenchman. Looking good so far, but NiP is resilient. They will still hold on to Banana, keeping Scream and Shocks on the terrorist side. Scream wants to get the bomb back in his hands. A famous headshot from the head popper. And Shocks is so far away. Scream has to hold on just a few more seconds, and he decides to get the frag instead. 1-0 in favor of Titan, or ex-Titan I should say. But I think it's not that bad. You know, it's not that big of a problem if we or I call them Titan still, because the organization is defunct. There is no new lineup that you could mistake them or something like that. So obviously I still have to adjust the best of 3 score as always. So it's 0-0 in maps. Inferno is the first one. Cash would be the second. And I, for once, I definitely favor NiP in this best of 3. But if Titan is on point, they can definitely win that. Cash should be a sure thing for NiP. So if Titan win it, it would be a third map that sees them win it. So you know how important Inferno is to the Frenchmen. And they shut down Space Soldiers in their last best of 3 series. Surprisingly lost the first map against Space Soldiers, and then took the next one 16-2 and 16-3. While the 16-2 was on Inferno. A complete shutout on the CT side with a 14-1 scoreline. I think Existence and company have talked about how they want to go on with this lineup. They stuck together, so it's obvious they want to find a new organization. If they are, you know, sometimes they already have one, like in Team Question Mark / Astralis. So sometimes those teams already have somebody up their sleeve that they want to join to, but some contracts keep them from doing so, or whatever reasons. Now they definitely want to show their possible new organization that they are strong, and competing at a $200,000 tournament with a lot of exposure would definitely help them to get themselves a good deal. And Shoxy gets a good deal as well with the Uzi. A lot of money for him for that frag. It will now try to counter that terrorist move through the CT spawn while the bomb gets planted at A, and RPK has no trouble at all, kicking it off with a triple kill. He already had a triple kill in the pistol. No, it was a double though. So double, 1 kill and a triple to get himself to 6 frags, kicking it off quite strong. Existence doesn't pick up a frag, or didn't pick up a frag yet, but so did Forest, who is called Isn't So for all the newcomers in the scene, don't be surprised. Forest sometimes fools around with his nickname, and one of his go-to fake nicks is Isn't P90 now for Get Right in his first rifle round. NiP know how important this is. They are on the CT side on Inferno, a famously one-sided map, especially in CSGO. and they don't want to fall behind any further. The terrorists on the other side, they rush through the flames, and Freiberg with the frag on the B-bomb side. Really important one to slow down their terrorist aggression. But look at Existence, he's in the CT spawn already. With his MP7 he can intercept the rotation movement, but Freiberg and Get Right with the frag. Scream with the double, though Existence steps up, makes it a 2v2. This is going tit for tat. The CT is still not out of this round. They have the defuse kit with them. It's on Pyth, who goes for the retake through construction site. With him is Forest, and Scream, the one with the most HP. He flashes in for Existence to take a peek, and they switch positions. Maybe not spotted by the CTs yet, but Pyth steps in, gets that shot onto Existence, makes it a 1v2. The bomb is ticking quite long, 40 seconds, but Scream disposes of Pyth, and it's a 1v1. Forest rushes him, gets the frag. Pure reaction, didn't even aim correctly, just pulled the trigger as soon as he saw him, and the bomb will not explode. So Forest with the clutch against Titan, making it 3-1, keeping the CTs alive in this matchup. It was a very crucial round. If X-Titan would have made it to the 5-0, 5 rounds on the T side on Inferno, you can lean back and just relax a little bit, you know, just watch how the rest of the half unfolds, and you should be able to get 1 or 2 rounds out of that anyway. So with 5-0, a 6-0, or a 6-7 scoreline for the terrorists wouldn't be impossible. But NiP put in a lot of thought on their weaponry. They go for another P90 now, so they have the same amount of rifles that they had on the first rifle round. Titan on the other side have put Smiths on the big gun with the orb. Just checking out Banana for now. NiP was more or less defensively holding on to that, so no pushes so far. The Swedes know that they still need this round to get themselves consolidated and to force Titan into an uncomfortable position. They are not over the hump yet. Exist holding on to middle with his M4A1. And it's Forest. Wow, what a shot by Smith. Didn't even see him. Pyth in the cheeky boost. Look at that. Can support Forest quite easily, and they can both support each other. Now Pyth knows there is somebody around the corner, but he didn't give away his position yet. Avoids that flash, goes for the headshot. Scream is out. Shoxy though cleans up Forest, and now it's Get Right with the P90. His lurking roll, he sprays all the bullets and gets the triple frag with the... Oh, but Smith cools it off quite quickly. His own triple kill with the orb shuts down Get Right, who was coming back in the round for NiP. But it wasn't enough for the Swedes. Since Get Right was alone and he ran out of bullets on the P90, it wasn't enough for them. So Titan are hanging on to the control. And NiP, once again, think about what they want to have in this round. They go for 5.7s and P250s. And armor on top of that. So it gives them a good fighting chance in this round. Especially if they get some information or pull some weapons. It's not going to work for Pyth though. The 5 smokes on the CTs can at least delay the terrorist push. But I don't know if X-Titan have that big of a problem with time. We have the plus 10 seconds on the clock, so 1:55 in the round and 40 seconds bomb timer. Time is not really an issue anymore. Teams like Navi really like that change. But Titan is taking their time as well, so they really want to make sure to bring all the 5 guys into the next round and not lose an AK or maybe even the orb to the CTs. NiP with a good frag by Existence now, and Forest is going to be the next one showing up on the truck in Pyth. And Exist tries to help him out, but both of them go down. Exist in fact stays alive, but it was Get Right who fell to Existence on the rotation. Exist still stays alive. Wow, what a headshot onto Existence there. Scream with the answer, but he gives Freiberg, well, not really the chance to win the round, as you can see, but he could have had a chance if he wasn't spotted by Smith to at least get a frag and make it extra expensive for the terrorists. NiP will not have enough money to buy, and they won't have necessarily enough money to go for the upgraded pistols. They decide to go for HE grenades instead. And Titan on the other side want to farm some more money with shocks and existence on the MP7 and the Mac-10. CTs with a counter push on top of Banana, getting shut down by the terrorists. Everyone gets a piece of the cake except for Scream, and it's Exist, the only survivor. A little bit far away from all the action. He couldn't have helped his teammates even if he wanted to. And now he needs to find a way to get his hands on a weapon. The terrorists are fairly low on HP, so he has that opening, but Existence spots him through the smoke. 6-1. The dangerous scoreline that I already pointed out is reality for the Frenchman. And so we can maybe get a glimpse of what's to come in this best of 3 series. I already mentioned that if Titan, X-Titan, win this map, I would expect NiP to still win the second map, which is their map pick and one of their very good maps. It's Cache. And then we would see the third and deciding map to see the winner. It's Train. And I think Train can be either team's map. It depends on, you know, who starts on the CT side and how well they do on the CT side. Much like Inferno. You would have thought NiP starts on the CT side. Oh, this is going to be easy for them, right? Especially with the struggles that X-Titan had against Space Soldiers. You would have thought that, you know, they should get themselves at least 10 rounds. But now they have to face the reality. They have to struggle uphill. Titan preparing the A-bomb side push with 2 men from middle and 3 men from apartments. They change it a little bit. Smith sticking out his barrel already. He gets spotted, but Forrest gets killed by Shocks and Scream with another frag. It's a 3v3 still. Freiberg is so far away. You were able to see that he's still running for the help of his teammates. Get right with the important frag. Scream, before that, took out Exist. That would have been really awkward if he took out Existence. Scream tries to cover his teammate. Still has to pick up the bomb, but Get right with a great timing. That's what he's known for. Underhand passes the nade onto Scream, puts him down to 22, spots the head from above, and Get right goes big. The triple kill in a crucial round for the Swedes. Finally back on the board after giving away 3 to the terrorists. But you know, if the terrorists win 3 in a row, they will have enough money to at least buy up 1 round. And that's the case for Titan. They would have enough money for even another buy round. The struggle for NiP is real. Existence takes point in Banana now, while the CT send Forrest forward with the Mac-7, and he will get the headshot onto Shocks. Great stuff by him. He will hang out a little bit over there, pulls in his teammate to cover him. It's Pyth, his guardian angel, so to speak, the guy to support Forrest. And I expected Forrest to try and get his hands on the AK. Shies away from that. Lets his teammates do the work for now and pulls back into deeper part of the A-bomb site. And now he's on the rotation to B. 3v5 now. Smith still wants to pick up that frag. He did have a good impact with the AWP so far, even on the terrorist side, which is quite hard to play. And there he goes. Pid just went for the tiny peek here. Forrest wants to draw the attention away, and Exist and Forrest pick up the frag. 1 for each of them. Forrest just runs in there and steals the kill. Cheeky little bugger. Doesn't matter. 63 in favor of Titan still. But the CTs get back into the game, and they desperately need those rounds. 13 kills for Scream. RPK with 7 still. And if you remember, he had 6 kills at the 3rd round. And he only picked up 1 frag in the past 6. So if RPK steps up again, I could see Titan win another round. They are fully focused on the B-bomb side with their 5 AKs. And they seem to push through the smoke. That's the way to go for now. The Molotov already cleaned up. Sandbags and Freiberg with his go-to spray. The double is real. Now he could go for a third, doesn't, but Get Right pushed through the smoke with a flash. Happy Style puts down 3 terrorists. Almost a flawless round for NiP. Well done by them. Getting back on track, and not only getting back on track, but saving a lot of equipment and economy. 4 guys surviving for the CTs. It's so important for them to have that money cushion. If it goes down to a 1v1, they want to avoid having to force buy, go for Pyjamas or Max 7s or stuff like that. They want to have the money to eventually even put up an AWP in the hands of maybe Forest. Scream ADing, remembering or reminding me of the old school CSGO tactic. Kappa is going for the A bomb rush, basically. Just head in there, all in the flames of Exist, who gets the double kill. No real trouble for him. It's a 2v4 now. They will wrap around the bomb site, but Forest has Get Right coming in as well, and the timing couldn't be better for the 2 Swedes. They know each other so well and so long. It's as if you were playing... Well, that almost sounded wrong, but you know what I wanted to say. As if you had a clone that thinks the same way. He knows what you're doing. He's just as good as you as well. And it so happens that those 2 players are 2 of the best in the world. Maybe not last year, but you know how strong they are. They were definitely still the strong, or some of the strongest last year, but not on the very, very top, you know. X-Titan with a force buy, or rather upgraded pistols, I should say. Get Right doesn't go down. RPK picks up 1 frag, but that's all that's needed to get a little deeper into the side. Freiburg runs into trouble, runs out of bullets, and AK gets picked up by Existence, but that doesn't help them either. Freiburg with the quad kill, and he catches a bullet to the head, shocks with a double. Suddenly the round is opened up again. He's got a rifle as well, he's got armor, and he picked up the bomb just now. He will plan that. Forest and Pyth on the retake. How good is their communication? They had the days, they had even a few weeks to practice with each other, and they will check out the bomb site carefully. They expect Shocks to be in the corner. Now they know he's in the corner. He pulls out the deagle again, but Pyth has him covered, and NiP will draw the game 6-6. The struggle is still quite big for the Swedes, but they show what they are made of. They don't give up easily on any game. So many comebacks by them in the history of CSGO. You will never count them out in any best of 3. So, X-Titan back on the weapons, back on the AWP for Smiths, which is quite an interesting way of playing the map. The AWP is usually not in the focus of the Ts, but you can see that he uses it quite well. Oh, double nade! Explodes RPK. Smith almost goes down, almost drowning in the blood of his teammate. 18 HP remain only for him. What a good nade timing by NiP. Putting up some special tactics, but Smith stayed around. Waited for Get Right for the lurk. 3v4. Titans still have a chance here. And I failed to call them X-Titan because, you know, been casting too many games with them. I've been watching too many games with them. Pyth is maybe warming his feet a little too hot. But Forrest was there to collect the refrag, so it's still a man advantage for the CTs. But still a minute on the clock for the Frenchmen. They don't have to worry about that aspect. What they have to worry about, though, is Freiburg, who got himself into a very cheeky position, and he took the aggressive angle on that position. Existence checks him with the duck, and yeah, he goes down, of course. Miss is in some trouble now. The CTs rotate in already. Wow, still good reactions by Smith. Close quarter, not that easy to hit that shot on Freiburg. Flashes in first, goes for the smoke second. Another flash comes up. Now, he wants to go for the A bomb site and plant over there. The CTs are completely stuck on that site on B. Smith just gets there in time. 8 seconds still. CTs will be late, but at least they stick together. And in my opinion, you know, there are different takes to a 2v1. Most teams want to split up and go for, you know, we at least know where he is and where he's coming from. So you have a better chance at the 1v1 in case he gets the frag. But NiP decides to stick together and go for the retake together. Smith with good positions, and look at that patience. He doesn't fire a single shot. He has Forest pinned down, goes for the head now, but gets traded by Exist, and the bomb is not ticking quick enough yet. Still a good try by Smith, but Exist still clutches the 1v1. And NiP win that 7th round, so it's the first time they are in the lead. The next Titan is yet to show up again after 6 rounds in a row for the Swedes. The Frenchmen need to have figured out how the positioning, how the rotations work as well. Maybe that's something that the mastermind can work with on the Frenchmen. RPK still just waiting for some peaks. They, funnily enough, expected a backstab by the CTs already. RPK was turning around. And now he's actually occupied with covering that position. A lot of respect being paid to the backstabs by GetRight, even though it's Freiburg covering that position. And GetRight already runs to the A-bomb site. It's gonna be a huge slaughter in there as soon as X-Titan goes for the execution, if they want to go for it. They still have the time to go for a re-rotation to B. They just want to capture some more space, push the CTs deeper into the side, neglect them, any information. But Pete is going to spot somebody really soon. Scream going for the shoulder peek, another flash. Catches the leg of Pit, who was just hopping around the corner. The terrorists have pushed the CTs further back into the side. And you can see it on your mini-map. They made their way to B. Exist still is in middle. They want to get some more information. They want to see if the terrorists are still there. They line up 4 shocks, but he doesn't get the frag. Both down to 12 and 5 HP, but they stay alive. And the flash timing was so perfect by Freiburg, playing the B bomb site to full effectiveness. The terrorists are slowed down. They are sprayed from the back, and Freiburg goes for the double kill. Good job by him. The bomb still gets planted, but Scream is on his own. Now he makes it a 1v3 with that shot onto GetRight. And he has to line up a few more headshots. Oh, there is the first. Just a 1 click. CTs know how dangerous it is to fight Scream. Oh, they kill each other. A team kill by Forest. Oh my god, this is a really sick situation now. Scream is looking, he gets it done. Quad kill by Scream, a 1v4 clutch against the Swedes. I'm almost fainting here, holding my breath. Forest was checking everything, but that was a mistake. The nerves show. They know what's at stake. The LAN finals of the Gameshow Global eSports Cup. And Scream is stepping it up for X-Titan. What a clutch. What a clutch, man. So, what is NiP going to do in this last round? They go for the orb on Forest, and he makes up for that small slip. The tiniest of mistakes. Not even a mistake, just, you know, I don't even know how to call it. It's just yeah, happy little accident there. And those happy little accidents, they get X-Titan into a very, very good position. 4v4 now. They run for the A-bomb side. RPK quickly trades his teammate, but GetRight is still around, and RPK doesn't stop at all. Exist drops down cold to the floor. A 2v2 now. GetRight is in middle. He's got the bomb covered. And now Freiburg comes in as well. And together they will set themselves up and each other at the same time to at least win this half for NiP, but winning the half on Inferno in 8-7 on the CT side. The dark clouds are still on the sky. NiP need to blow them away with some really good pistol play. Forest would be the go-to guy on the pistol round, but the same goes for X-Titan. They have so strong pistol players. Scream showed himself, Shox showed himself, RPK in the first pistol round with a double kill already. So I'm really curious to see how this will pan out. I hope you enjoy the show so far. The two teams really don't give each other anything to work with. RPK got a lot of frags at the start, allowed his team to take point. Then he fell off a little bit, you know, took it a little slower. Pyth, the new guy in the squad, had a rough time in the middle, but he stepped up as well at the end of the half to give NiP the important edge in those rounds to get them back on track. Forest having a real ball here in this round, in the 8th round, with a triple kill. But then again, mixed performances by all players. GetRight obviously made leaps from round to round, then had some really silent rounds again, where his teammates took over. So, all in all, some individual inconsistency showing here. I'm curious to see if they can make it, if NiP can make it here on Inferno, if they get themselves into the driving seat. Smith already spots the terrorist and he stays around. He doesn't back away. He wants to take the fight. The terrorist will not push him. They will not check him. Oh, 2 headshots in the back of the heads. Really good punishment by Smith for the failing of the terrorist to check the little room, the bedroom. It's a 5-man sweep. X-Titan with the triple on Smith and the pistol round in the back on the CT side. Now winning both pistols. Back in the old days, so to speak, when I didn't have a beard yet, and most of you, well, I don't want to offend anyone, but some of you haven't been born yet. No. Back in 1.6, winning both pistol rounds meant you have a roughly 80% win chance to win the whole map. That obviously changed a lot thanks to the stronger pistols, different money situations, different economical way of working of the game. Wow, that wasn't an English sentence. And also, Molotovs and smokes have changed a lot from that point on. So, quite a few factors play its role, but winning both pistols is still a big advantage for any team. I don't have a number, but I would say 65%, maybe 70% win percentage of a map if you win both pistols. And let's include the second round as well, because you can see how dangerous it is. Shox is down to 15 HP already. And you could call him the expendable man for the CTs, but you really don't want to give up any frags on the CT side if not necessary. And that's what happens. 2 kills already. Smith is there, putting a stop to the terrorist advances. The CTs make it back to a 3v3, but the terrorists got their hands on the FAMAS. Forest is holding that. He's giving it up to Smith, though. Triple kill by him, and RPK doesn't let loose of that trigger anymore. 9-8 for X-Titan. A lot of money for Smith and RPK, but at the same time they lost 2 of their team members. So the CTs need to reinvest on 2 guys, while the terrorists know that they did some damage. They can take that into consideration in the first rifle round. And look at X-Titan going for a very risky buy. Only SMGs. I know the terrorists don't have armor, but they have P250s, and if you get a few headshots, you know, the round can still shift around. The CTs don't let that happen. Very aggressive push by X-Titan, taking the initiative and bullying the terrorists. And that shows a lot of confidence for the Frenchman. Going for that call, you know, to go for 4 SMGs, only Scream had a rifle, and then to rush down and not slow down from all the different directions, not letting the terrorists get any foothold. And now the Frenchmen, they extend that strategy and they still stick to those 3 SMGs. It's risky, but it might pay off. Good nades onto Freiberg and Pyth, taking both down to roughly 50 HP, so a real big nade there. Now the CTs are not going for any big informations or any big plays anymore. They have RPK as the forefront of defenses. Just hanging out in apartments for now. Let's take a look. I'm really curious to see RPK, Smith, and Existence. Smith is there. RPK is on the A bomb site and Existence is on B. So these 3 SMGs get spread out quite far. And the terrorists will take their time. They collect some map control over apartments. Oh, Get Right didn't check RPK. Now it seems like he had his instincts, but RPK gets the frag. Forrest, though, with the reply. That would have been horrible if Forrest had gone down as well. He can maintain positional control over second mid at least, but his teammates are forced on B. The CTs should be able to tell that. As you can see on the minimap, they go for the rotation already. They leave Scream behind, and Shox is joining his teammates on the B bomb site. They want to stop that terrorist from even planting the bomb at this stage of the game. A bomb plant would mean the world to NiP. But Smith with a quick MP7 kill. Now that is really bad for the terrorists. They only get 2 frags. And the time was running out as well. X-Titan doing a very good job of getting 10k in the 4th round already. So many SMG frags. Such a clutch play by the Frenchman. 22 kills for Scream, 19 for Smith. On the other side, we have 17 for Get Right, and 16 for Freiburg. And another aggressive anti-eco. Look at that push by Smith. He wants to get some more money. Sometimes greediness will be your downfall, though. He has to watch out. He's in the middle of the terrace, but they try to use that aggressive play in their own advantage, and wanted to get ahead of the CTs. Didn't work out so far. Now Get Right spots Miss. Has to pick up that headshot, but no way. Almost COD-like playing style by Smith so far. Shox will get rid of Exist as well. And it's 12-8 in favor of X-Titan. First map looking quite decisive so far. But we have another rifle round coming up for the Swedes. Let's not call it a day yet. I'm still positive about obviously the talent. There is no question about that, but also about the mindset of them. You know, they have been in so many crucial situations, so many finals, so many semi-finals and quarterfinals, and just so much experience combined in those 4 Swedes especially. Freiburg, Forest, Get Right, and Exist. They know everything and how to cope with any situation. So let's see what NiP is coming up with. They focus on A so far, but the bomb is still dropped behind. So let's not make a call yet. Freiburg still holds on to Banana, but the time is running lower and lower. The T's need to make their move while Exist mobs up Smith. It's already a man advantage for the CTs. Get Right will be key in this round. He has to make his move at the exact right moment, and Exist has him covered. Existence has him covered. Freiburg with that shot onto RPK, though. He refuses to give this round up. He knows where Existence is. He spots for the frag. Exist will try to cover him, but Shox with the right timing. X-Titan make it 13-8. And there are definitely too many X's in this game with X-Titan, Existence, and Exist. Really makes me struggle. So Galil for Freiburg and Get Right. X-Titan is only 3 rounds away from winning this first map. But together the Galils are strong. Or together with an AK they are strong. They will get the first frag. The opening advantage is never to be underestimated for a terrorist side. Oh, Existence gets caught with a smoke in his hands, but still gets a frag onto Freiburg and almost mobs up Pyth as well. The nade failed to take him down, but the smoke spray even through the corner of the pillar. will give him the kill. Existence stepping up now in the last few rounds. 4v3 in favor of the Frenchman. They look for some information. Shox is curious. He is impatient. He wants to find himself somebody to kill. But he reconsiders. Backs away. Slows down that terrorist push. Forest with the orb. It's taken out of the cold hands of Smiths. The good friend of GetRight. Real life friends even. And GetRight company take point. They push through a short. Shox already spots in there. Exist is down. GetRight pushes forward into Pyth. He gets headshot onto RPK just in the nick of time before going down himself. Shox is on the bomb site already. He wants to prevent the bomb from going down, and he doesn't, but at least he wins it for Kappa aka X-Titan. The Frenchmen make it 14-8. But NiP got the bomb plant, and that was very important for them at that stage of the round. When it was a 2v4 already, they had GetRight on 3 HP. They knew they won't win this round anymore. So they focused on planting the bomb to get the additional money and be able to get themselves a few more rifles in this round. It could be the possibly second last round of this first map. But stay tuned, the second map should go live just 5 minutes after this first one. Sometimes leagues take their time starting the second map, but we aren't. We've got a really cool admin that gets everything underway quite quickly. GetRight checking out apartments, but his teammates work on B. Existence and Freiburg trade blows back and forth on top of Banana. Existence, very confident, staying out in the open like that and spraying down Exist. The names couldn't be closer, but this time around it was the Frenchman being successful. Stays in the pond and goes down. Forest makes him float with the fishes. Shox with a kill, but Pyth trades and it's a 2v2. Now GetRight is with his teammate now. He's not lurking anymore. He plants the bomb. RPK and Smith on the retake. The latter still has the orb. And I don't know if he wanna stick with it. RPK gets a little team flash there. Has to slow down his approach. Now he checks the corner. He has a rough idea. Pyth goes down instantly. It's 1v1 by GetRight with a headshot. And only 5 HP remain. It should be a sure thing. GetRight will not leave a question unanswered in this 2v1 clutch. And makes NiP extend this game. But X-Titan have so many rounds in a row. So many decisive rounds. So many rounds that gave them confidence in their ability to take down the Swedes. And also two individuals that need confidence as well. Scream and Smith on top with 23 and 22 kills. Pyth has a rough time here with 8 frags so far. That's also the reason why he only has a Tech 9 in this round. Maybe feeling some pressure here in the second official with his new team. But I think that he's one of those young talents. He can cope with those situations. He can come back in the second map and prove any critics wrong. RPK and Shox hold hands in Pyth. Well, it's only Smith on Banana. He's alone there, but he's not alone. He's got his orb with him, and it's sometimes the best friend. Back in the army, they told people, your rifle is your best friend. Keep it close, and always keep it clean as well. Exist and Forest want to keep the A-bomb site clean, but the CT's on a rotation already. Good shooting by Exist, though. Puts down RPK. Forest wants to get an additional angle, but Existence has him covered and sprays down the second as well. X-Titan make it 15-9, and now they have 6 map points. Map points, not match points. That's the important part of this sentence. We have a second map cache coming up after this one. Or maybe we end up with numerous overtimes like we had yesterday in the PGL minor qualifier. It was a real joy. A think it ended 41-38. Or did it? I don't know. Oh, Exist runs into the flames, throwing that nade. That definitely didn't help. Get Right is in the corner. He's completely flashed. Forrest is cut off from his teammate. And his wolf pack is gone. He's on his own. Titan already spraying through the smoke. At least he got the bomb with him. But it's not quite a rifle. He can't, you know, suicide bomb anyone down with it. He needs to plant it. He has 1 minute 10. But the CTs are on the lookout. They want to kill him as quickly as possible. And only one frag for him. French X-Titan will win the first map. 25-24 for Scream and Smith. 16-9 the overall scoreline. Get Right with 20 kills. Doing a good job on the lurk, but not good enough. As you were able to see, his lurks only had a few rounds where they were impactful. The rest was more or less exit frags. I'm curious to see the second map. It's NiP's map pick. It's Cash. And I thank you guys for tuning in out there. Stay around for the second map in the best of 3 series. This was definitely Titan having a strong terrorist start, making it 8-7 in the first half, and then winning the second pistol as well. So there was not too much strategy behind it. It was just good play by the Frenchmen. I hope the Swedes can come back, because I really like third maps. And the third map would be Train, a real classic. And I hope you will stay with me. Follow me on Twitter if you liked the show. Let me know. If you didn't like it, just stay silent. No, give me feedback if you have any. I'm always curious about what you think. So, thanks for tuning in. We will be back with a second map in just a few moments.